It's not enough. 2 allegations out, but it's not enough. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Apolxgy. And listen, bro, I appreciate y'all boys. I'll tell y'all that every video, okay? Now, last video, I think we spoke a little bit about J. Cole. In this video, we're going to get back to the Drake topic and see why him and Akademiks are supposedly falling out, okay? I'm not even going to waste no time. Let's get straight into this video. We're going to be reacting to how Drake and DJ Akademiks got exposed in the worst way. You know, I'm gonna pause to give y'all my instructions, but
where we are at with
let's
the
get to it, bro.
Out of Drake and the all-time great run of Kendrick Lamar. When it comes to the lies and deception Drake tried to feed us and everything he pretended to stand for throughout rap's most pivotal beef in decades,
everything
we are now
he pretended
starting to find out
for.
the full extent of what was really going on behind the scenes, and really just how far Drake was going off with the shady and horrible behaviors he was trying to pull off to beat Kendrick Lamar.
So one of my things about that is, why aren't you going to speak to DJ Akademiks? I guess we're gonna figure that out in this video, but like, why not go speak to Big Ak? Obviously, he got some, you know, some information that maybe you don't. You know what I'm saying? Talk to this man. Figure out what's up. You know what I'm saying?
And now beyond Kendrick Lamar rapping about how
he's your
Drake
biggest
tried
beat
to
writer.
pay people to dig up information on him, how awful this could have went, as it could have taken their rap beef way beyond music, and ultimately how this failed for Drake. What we are also starting to see is the absolute destruction of what has been Drake's last line of defense in this moment in time where everyone else has turned against him. And this involves none other than the guy who has been praised for being Drake's biggest stan and supporter throughout everything we have witnessed in none other than DJ Akademiks. Now, before we get into how these two are in big trouble, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And so now with Ak and everything he is up to, what we are seeing with him right now centers around the fact that his relationship with Drake has taken a shift for the worse, as he has moved from a place where Ak was being sampled on Drake's very own diss tracks in this beef and was feeding the public information that would make Drake look stronger and Kendrick look weaker. Like when he was counting down the days that...
Hey, look. Big man Ak, that boy, woo-wee. He'll run straight to Drake's side. Whole time. Drake been pulling his pants down and pooping on his man. Okay, he don't do nothing for you, Ak. So why are you coming to his defense so much?
Lamar went without a response to
I just
Drake,
want to
which
know.
Of course aged so bad. And now with Akademiks, what is going on in this moment is that his ties to the Drake community are splitting, and this is not because Ak is all of a sudden giving Kendrick Lamar the respect he deserves, because on his lives, he is still crashing out about Kendrick and misinterpreting songs on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers to try and play off some of the horrible events that Kendrick went through or saw inflicted onto others as an absolute joke, which in of itself is a major problem, but we don't even have enough time to get into that. Because why Ak and Drake are splitting up right now is due to the fact that after pretty much being Drake's puppet and doing whatever he needed him to,
and still not getting on the live. Ak has not given this man an interview. He's not went on stream, but Drake will go on the XQC stream. We're gonna make a video about that, but he definitely go on XQC stream, and that boy XQC, he don't know nothing about music. And yet and still you gonna go on there and you gonna look goofy. Imagine.
To do in terms of the narratives and moments that he needed to put out and post all over and project in order to boost Drake's image. Now for Drake, he is no longer seeing Ak as the puppet who he can manipulate like he always could, and seeing these two seemingly fall out and their fan bases split up is just hilarious, because when we look at the aftermath of all of the beef, despite all the attention Ak has gotten for being a pivotal part in this entire moment in time,
age of 30 is
and
crazy,
for being a voice that people always want to hear what he says, whether that's for better or for worse, because of the side Ak picked and the judgment that he has never let himself have because of it.
I seen somebody outside getting their car towed, so you know I just had to make sure all my bills get paid now. Something about being in the hood, man. You know, you never know when things could go left.
Ak has put himself in a place where for his platform, while during the beef Drake may have needed him to premiere diss songs and keep pushing Kendrick Lamar to try and make a move that would have went against his strategy, Ak also needed Drake, because in this time in hip-hop where people really did choose sides of these rappers based on what they want this genre to look like in the future, because at the end of this all, Kendrick vs. Drake really was a beef that featured one person standing for rap's roots, while the other was representing everything wrong with the genre today. And
listen, man, I just got into it the other day with somebody, think it was yesterday, about how everybody's riding on Kendrick's meat and whatnot, and after the allegations, now all of a sudden, people want to say all this and that is wrong with Drake. Now all of a sudden, we've had people like Joe Budden, myself, although I'm not really in the space, old heads, people that don't stand for the switch up in rap music, talking about why Drake shouldn't be as big as he is. Maybe not as big as he is, but like they be proclaiming exactly what is wrong with rap, and Drake still take it and run with it. So now everybody's talking about I don't like rap. Rap's not what it used to be, but I'm gonna go bump some Drake. Bro, make it make sense, dog. Make it make sense.
When it comes to where the lines were drawn,
Mac
was on the side that disrespects hip-hop pioneers, treats all of the music so disposably today, and only wants to hear the least challenging content out there. So for a while, Ak has just had no other choice than to just embrace Drake and all of the chaos that he creates, and just overall wreak more and more havoc on the internet with it, but seemingly with where we're at now. And specifically within this time where Drake is now trying to take his label into a legal battle all over a diss track that Kendrick Lamar has made. For a quick second,
hey, go check out that last video, bro.
Personality who owns a platform that labels value a lot to promote their.
We already spoke about that lawsuit, bro. That lawsuit goofy. Go check out that video if you haven't already, bro. I'll put the title card like right up here somewhere.
Artists on, and for being a person in general who is still one of the biggest names in all of the genre right now. Even he couldn't fully support the idea of his idol trying to go after his opponent in a rap beef by filing papers after just losing in the eyes of the majority of the people. And so now recently with some of the content Ak has made, which really Ak is actually like not for someone going and telling. Disdain for Kendrick has still been so clear to see by witnessing such things as his reaction to Kendrick Lamar's first week sales projections. In the midst of his rage towards Kendrick, Ak has also talked about the current situation Drake is in and has had some really critical words for him, as instead of just coping with whatever Drake does and pretending like it's a great move.
But Ak was bumping those tracks though.
When it comes to the predicament that Drake is
Ak was bumping those tracks, and that's probably why
everything he is doing is not a good look, and that it's gonna make him look like a weak person, rapper, and just like a sore loser in general. And now ever since
that's probably why Drake don't like Ak no more.
Has changed between him and Drake, and all of OVO for that matter, because Drake's own fans have not just begun to turn on Ak and make fun of him for being a puppet of Drake's, which is pretty ironic. But now because of this reaction, Ak seems to be spiraling out worse than ever, which is really saying a lot. And because of this, he is now overly covering Drake and trying to flip the narrative of what he said on some level to win his trust back in Drake's eyes by diving into such random things on his streams recently, like Drake's beef with Dylan Brooks.
In my opinion, both of them can just get to stepping. Exit stage left. I don't care. Y'all can fight me for it. We can argue in the comments all you want. Both of them can peace out. And listen, if you're a Drake fan, I got something for you too. Come talk to me.
While Ak is trying to get back in Drake's good graces by going out of his way to find relatively meaningless moments in his career,
talking points, of course,
to something pretty inconsequential in the grand scheme of it all, like where Drake stands with a decent NBA role player. The more Ak has done things like this, it has put him on a spiral of trying to dig up random facts about how valuable Drake is. Look,
they both ass. Dylan Brooks and Drake, both ass.
And to try and add context to why Drake is going after them the way he has in the first place. And now the best part about Ak doing all of this is that after Ak spoke against him, Drake just doesn't seem to be budging right now. And while I'm sure Drake will come back around to Ak again when it is time to use his platform for whatever narrative he is going to be trying to spread next, right now Drake seems to be punishing Ak for.
Also, real quick, before we finish off this video, I realized, and this might be, y'all might look at me like I'm crazy, but I realized this man Drake, when he was an actor, if I'm not mistaken, there was something that was aired on Disney Channel that he like starred in or he was a part of. Yo, before I even heard that, I already felt like this man was a phony. And now, after I know that, it makes all of this 10 times worse. Like, who are you talking down to? Who you not harding in the streets, bro? Okay, all that lovey-dovey music is cool. Like Joe Budden and them said, like, oh yeah, you know, we like Drake when he does the lovey-dovey music. Okay, that's cool. Stay over there. exit stage left when it comes to the rap industry. Please leave us alone. We don't want all that phony shit.
He has done to him.
Although arguably, I mean, most of the rappers are phony, but yeah, we're not gonna talk about that.
But this really is something that is happening behind the scenes right now. And the way it's going down is all being done by Drake using his other hip-hop media giant, who he uses to say whatever narrative he needs to get out there, in OVO Mal, and now with Mal. Which, when we look at Mal, it's also important to know that Ak has beef with him because of their beef with Joe Budden. Recently, he was making an appearance on another person's show, where he was talking about Drake and seemingly...
Wait, OVO Mel?
Slipped saying that he had some
I'm so out the loop. I feel like
Drake,
this is
which wasn't
crazy.
Anything but was kind of major news, as Mal said that Drake may be performing at the halftime show for the next World Cup. And now, while this all just seems to be a rumor, and it's really way too early to tell if this is even true, by Mal saying this and having it make waves around the internet, based on the way we know Drake has speaking relationships with these creators, and especially Mal, and how he has kept them in the loop of what he is doing when it benefits him. It really seems like here we are seeing Drake pretty much try to show Ak that if he does not always praise him and bash Kendrick Lamar and whoever else he may be up against in the future, that Drake will abandon Ak. And so
he did the same thing with J. Cole, bro.
And with this entire situation, both with Drake and Akademiks, no matter who you think is right here, which really none of them are, they are just exposing themselves for their true nature more than ever. Because in the case of Ak, while in a rare moment for him he was kind of being objective, he has now pretty much thrown away any ounce of integrity he had left to praise Drake in whichever way he possibly can. All in order so that Drake can keep Ak in a place where he can be an important person to whatever he is doing. And now for Drake's end of this, we really know more than ever that this guy plays the media outlets in this genre, and if he can, he will start to do some super petty things, like moving closer with someone like Mal, also that Ak can be villainized for being honest for once when he is talking about Drake. And I mean, overall with these guys, at this point we can see that when it comes to the spokespeople that make Drake look good, just as we have seen Kendrick Lamar rap about over and over again, they really are compromised more than ever, because with their dedication towards Drake, it isn't even like someone such as Ak at this point is just a massive Drake fan, and that's why he's defending him till the end. But now, we have reached a point where no matter what, he is going to be backing this man and his every move, because pretty much what Drake has shown him and the negative backlash he got for just being a little honest, that it could cost him his power as a hip-hop media giant. Because if Ak ever does praise Kendrick Lamar in a way that is not backhanded and just go against Drake once again, well, I mean, at this point he is way too far gone to ever make Kendrick Lamar fans and genuine hip-hop heads listen to him for any other reason other than pure comedy. And so because of his failure to have any sort of journalistic integrity,
I thought he was a comedy channel, I'm not gonna lie.
No matter what, he is really trapped in the role of being Drake's puppet, and now is going to face the worst things possible for it. And with this entire situation, foreseeing just how pathetic this all is, with all of these personalities crashing out together, and then ultimately having somebody like Drake, who everyone is making fun of right now, just force whoever is left in his line stay loyal to him, all in all is just showing us more than ever that whatever narratives Drake has been claiming about him having no power in the industry is an absolute lie. Because when it comes to manipulating the industry, this is really the game Drake has been playing all along. As after just running this method to this point where he has done nothing to help his actual career and reputation with any moves that he can actually strengthen his image with, such as releasing just the slightest bit of inspired or passionate music. Now Drake has reached yet another low as he is back.
But see, this is what I'm talking about though. To kind of conclude this video, passionless and soulless music, not even rap music most of the time, is what we get out of this man. Phony. And we're gonna sit here and let him continue to do so, because a lot of y'all, well, let me not even say that. People are gonna run to him regardless, and it's gonna be okay. Hey man, look, that's all I got to say about this. I'm not even gonna sit here and keep ranting. I definitely appreciate y'all for stopping by. Look, if y'all enjoyed this video, please drop a like, you know, sub to the channel too. It's free, I promise you it's free. I'm gonna drop the link below for Fantastic Hip Hop's video that we just reacted to, so make sure y'all go leave a like on that video and go subscribe to them as well. But without further ado, I appreciate y'all for stopping by. Stay vibing, stay chill, and I'm out. Peace.